Hi there, I'm here at Home Depot to pick up some things for my next project. Before I started remodeling homes, I was a woodworker, but what actually got me into woodworking was home theater and building my own speakers. Now, there's a company called Stealth Acoustics, and they make these really cool speakers that you actually plaster into the wall so that they're completely hidden. And that is so cool. However, these things are $400 a speaker. Now, I looked at how they're built, and I think I can do something similar for maybe about 50 bucks a speaker. So let's go inside and get some material. This is what we got. This is a 4 foot by 8 foot half-inch sheet of PVC. We cut a 16-inch wide swath, which is what you got for between two studs, and then we cut those in half. So they're 16 inches by 24 inches. And if you can see, there's two different sides to these panels. One's completely smooth. I'm going to use that to attach the speaker to, the adhesive that comes with the speaker. And the other has a wood texture to it. You need something that's going to have more of a tooth to it. Now you could try to scuff it up, sand it with a low grit sandpaper. I don't think that's going to do a good enough job. And this is FiberFuse. This is a fiberglass matte material that you use instead of just your standard drywall paper. And I thought if I attach that to this material here, then that will give something that the compound can really grab onto. Now, how am I going to attach the FiberFuse? This right here, this is 3M90 high strength spray adhesive. So I'm going to spray that to the panel and then set the FiberFuse in the glue. There we go. That's our panel. Now it has the FiberFuse adhered to it. So now when I put it against the wall, I'm going to have a flange that's going to mud directly into the wall. This is the Dayton Audio transducer that we're using for this project. Now it's rated at 4 ohms resistance, 40 watt power. This has a fair amount of punch in such a small little package here. Now what a transducer or exciter is this is basically the voice coil for your speaker, and it attaches via this pressure sensitive adhesive to any rigid surface. And that rigid surface now becomes the cone of your speaker. This is pretty permanently affixed to here. And with the wire being soldered, I'm confident this is going to last for a long time. Here's where the project is going to take place. Now, this TV is going to stay. We're going to wall mount that. We're going to add the speakers to add better punch and audio. This old style Mercury thermostat, we're going to move that out of the way. And then once we plaster that in, which we're going to try to do today, get a couple different layers, get it all finished and ready to paint. Then tomorrow, once it's set, we're going to come in and paint the wall the new color. So we're going to start by moving everything around, getting our workspace cleaned out, and then we'll start tearing things up. This is lath and plaster, which means it's going to be a bigger mess. It's going to be a lot harder to remove. The sections we're going to remove, but it's going to give us a thicker wall, so I don't have to worry about if it's too thin of a wall. After cutting not even one of those openings, this blade is toast and it's pretty new, so I gotta get some more blades. With old homes, it's never simple. So we got our phone nook, one of those fun details we love to have that we don't use anymore, but I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do around that. We might be fine as far as clearance and not actually hitting that with the speaker. And if that's the case, we can just leave it be. We have some old electrical. If that's not electrified, which it most likely is not, we can just leave that be. And then we got to move our thermostat over, like I mentioned. Got our in-wall cable management set up there. And after that, should be good to go. We've installed these, we screwed them in, and we did everything except for mud them. What we wanted to do first is we wanted to make sure that we tested them to make sure that there was no shorts or any other issues. I'm happy to say that there were no shorts. We played music very well. Didn't want to record that because I don't want a copyright on my channel. But now, next step is to mud these in, and these are going to completely disappear. Okay, we got 4, 5 coats on there, and we're gonna let it set overnight. Tomorrow we're going to sand it smooth and then paint it and install everything. Okay, so we're completely done with the project. We sanded, we painted, and now those speakers have completely become invisible. They sound great, but you can't see them at all. So you have a clean look, a nice install with the hung TV. It's going to be a beautiful space for this family.